Hello friends, Techman Pat here. Today we're reviewing this, the MateBook D15, the Intel variant. And as you can see, it's a beautiful silver light book that has quite a lot of power underneath. But let's talk about the logic behind it, because I think there are some issues that this laptop is facing for consumers choosing this laptop over others. But we'll get to that in a second. Huge thanks to Huawei for sending me this MateBook for review. Make sure to check out the links below where you can buy this if you so wish, and of course check out their other offerings below. Make sure to like this video if you did, subscribe, and let's get started by rolling the intro. There are so many manufacturers of laptops that it's hard to choose. You've got HP, you've got Dell, then you've got all the lineups of gaming laptops from Zephyrus, from Asus. Even they have so many versions of their own gaming laptops. It's hard to choose. And so when you walk into a store, sometimes it's a matter of what's in stock, and more of that lately, but sometimes it's also what's the competition got, and the only competition that people have is Apple. Apple is the competition, right? But let's look at the Apple comparison in a moment. Let's talk about this laptop. It's a beautiful silver laptop with an IPS screen. It's absolutely gorgeous. And yes, it's decided to upgrade or update at the same time as I'm doing this video, but that's okay. It has Iris graphics from Intel, and it's got a Core i5. It is the 11th gen Intel CPU. It has a beautiful keyboard, a nice little trackpad. No, it's not a massive trackpad, but that's okay. It is a fully aluminium body. There are some trims at the end, as in gaps from, it's not one solid piece of aluminum, but that's okay. And it has a button with a fingerprint, so it's really easy to turn on. You don't need to put a password in. And while there's no Windows Hello, there is a hidden webcam right in the button below here. When you press it, you get a little pop-up. And look, the first thing with the webcam, I gotta get it out of the way. Last time I reviewed a Huawei laptop with a camera like this, it was the same issue. This looks up your nose, and sometimes it's not the most flattering view. And here's an example of the 720p camera and two microphones that are located just below here. The reason you can see it pointing with my fingers is because the camera is right here instead of the screen where I would be looking at. So right now I'm looking at the screen, speaking to someone, and obviously it's looking up my nose, on my chin. So if I want to look at the camera, it looks a little bit weird, doesn't it? And the sound is okay. It's okay to make video calls, but I just don't like the location of the camera. The highlight of this laptop is the IPS screen. It is gorgeous. It is absolutely fantastic on the color reproduction, on the sharpness, but it is a shame that it is only 60 Hertz. But because this is not a gaming device, it really doesn't matter. Using the keyboard for typing is awesome. I really liked it, and it has all the buttons, no touch buttons needed, and that's good. I do like that. At the end of the day, you want tactile feedback, and this certainly has it. In regards to the build quality, is pretty solid. It doesn't actually bend down in the center as you press, so when using the keyboard, it feels like a very solid device. And overall, it's only 1.5 kilograms, hence I can throw this around like crazy. On the back, we've got a lot of ventilation. This does get a little bit warm. There is a rubber stand over here, and it gives enough gap for the airflow to happen, and you've got speakers there on the sides. The speakers are bottom firing, but they still sound really good. I actually thought it was a very good setup, but I wouldn't compare these to maybe, for example, the MacBook Pro speakers, which are absolutely fantastic. This is still good. The trackpad is great. However, I still use a mouse on the side no matter the laptop, unless I have to use the trackpad. I do like it. It feels nice. It feels like it clicks, and it does move, so it's not one of those vibration motors. It actually moves, and when you click it, and it's large enough for my hand to just sit there comfortably. The laptop is just shy of 16 inches. It is 15.6, and the IPS screen right there is at 1080p. And honestly, I can't tell that it's 1080p, and it does mean that the battery lasts a lot longer because of the resolution being a little bit lower than your standard 1440p or 4K. There's only one thing that I would say about the screen, the brightness. I wish it was brighter. It's only at 250 nits. I wish it was a little bit brighter, maybe 350. That extra 100 or the extra 50 probably would have made the difference, because I wish that I could use it with my window open and have that maximum brightness. There are no sharp corners on this device and makes it really easy to pick up and hold. It's not particularly thin, but it's not particularly thick either. And so this becomes a very lightweight laptop, but with a lot of power. So let's talk about the experience of using it. It is very quick. Windows 10 works really well, and of course you do get the option to upgrade to Windows 11. It can do everything that you need it to do. Office, it can play YouTube videos at 4K. It does not struggle at all. You won't be playing video games on this. This is the Iris Intel integrated graphics, but at the end of the day, if you're just watching really high quality videos, it'll be fine. You could probably edit a quick video, but it can't be 4K. You can open up Photoshop and edit a few photos. This is a device that you use for work potentially and or browsing things around on the internet. The keyboard is really good for typing up things. The screen is beautiful for watching content on, and of course just using day to day. It's sharp and it's crisp, and the color reproduction, the IPS screen in this is fantastic. It's lightweight, the battery lasts a long time. I got pretty much a full day's use out of just browsing the internet and not using any power. It is USB-C powered, and we'll go through some of the peripherals in a second. The power brick is a nice, manageable and very portable 60-watt USB-C plug, and I'm really happy with this because that's all you really need to carry, plus your USB-C cable. That's great for a very portable laptop like this. You've got HDMI out, and you've also got USB-C via power, that if you have a nice hub from whatever brand you might say, maybe a Dell hub or a Razer hub, then you can actually load it up and connect it to a screen via that USB-C plug over there. So USB-C, HDMI and normal USB, and on the other side you've got two USBs plus a 3.5mm jack. The amount of USBs is also fantastic, something that is limited in other devices, especially from the competitors, and of course the main competitor, Apple. So this Huawei laptop was priced at $699 in September. However, it's gone back up to its RRP price of 1,500 Australian dollars. And this is where the problem starts for me. At $699, when this was on sale literally 10 days ago, this for me would have been a recommendation to anyone looking for a laptop that's there to be used around the house, work, and media consumption laptop. Absolutely, hands down, probably the best priced laptop at the time. At $1,500, it gets really, really hard because it is now being compared to other $1,500 laptops. And the first one that comes to mind is the MacBook Air M1 edition. It is a year older than this, obviously, but you know, MacBooks do keep their value a lot more than Windows laptops, and unfortunately at the same price, the M1 is the better choice. So while the comparison to the MacBook Air is significant, there is one thing that this laptop stands out with, and that's Wi-Fi 6. So if your home has a Wi-Fi 6 router or modem or whatever Wi-Fi hub you might be using, then this laptop will take full advantage of the speeds of that Wi-Fi hub. And of course it does work a lot better with just your normal standard Wi-Fi 4 and 5s and 5E, but at the end of the day, if you do have that and you're looking at a laptop and this has Wi-Fi 6, it is actually a really good reason to look at it. Everything will load a little bit quicker. Your data transfers between maybe a NAS box and another computer or an internet device will be much faster via Wi-Fi 6. The range is much better, and hence the Wi-Fi 6 is a big standout. But is it actually the thing that can make or break your decision? I just don't think so, not yet anyway. So the problem is the price. This $1,500 laptop, comparably to what else is out there at $1,500, should be cheaper. At $1,000, $1,200 I think is a recommended retail price that I would imagine comparably, but you also have to take in account some inflation and the fact that, well, things are a little bit more expensive. This does have 256 gigs of storage and of course 8 gigs worth of RAM. I'm really impressed by what Huawei's done here. I like the build quality, I love the screen, and I love how well it works. At $699, this would have been flying off the shelf. A fantastic laptop, priced a little bit too high, on special, a great buy. So friends, let me know what you think about this laptop, and we'll see you all in another video. Big thanks to Huawei for sending me this laptop for review. Check out the links below to see a little bit more information about it if you wish. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in another one. Like and subscribe. Bye!